War used to be the business of nations. Today, it belongs to the highest bidder. Welcome to the era of war as a service. In 2026, this industry is worth $250 billion. The state monopoly on violence has officially collapsed. Private armies are no longer just a supplement. They are now the primary architects of national security. This shift didn't happen overnight. In the 1990s, they were called dogs of war. Companies like Executive Outcomes pioneered the model. They traded combat for mining concessions in Sierra Leone. It was brutal, effective, and largely unregulated. Fast forward to the 2000s and the Iraq War. Blackwater turned the mercenary trade into a brand. But today, the industry has evolved again. They are no longer mercenaries. They are risk management and mission support giants. Constellus now manages entire national security architectures. In 2026, they use AI to predict threats. Their LEXSO platform unifies software and managed services. But why are governments outsourcing their core duty? The answer is the political workaround. Politicians can keep no boots on the ground pledges because contractors don't count as boots. When a contractor dies, there is no flag-draped coffin. There is no public funeral at Arlington. This creates a layer of plausible deniability. It allows states to project power without accountability. In Mali, the Africa Corps manages the state's survival, but the biggest driver isn't politics. It's math. Outsourcing combat is 30% more cost-effective. A single contractor is 7 times cheaper than a regular soldier. Why? Because the state doesn't pay for the long term. For a PMC, you only pay for the mission. No paycheck. The market is growing at 7% every year. North America still leads the demand, but the Middle East and Africa are catching up. In these regions, PMCs are the only stable force. They guard mines, oil fields, and pipelines. The line between defense and profit has vanished. This is the commodification of security. States are becoming customers rather than commanders, and the customers are always right. By 2026, the monopoly is dead. The world has entered a new era of privatized violence. But what happens when the contractors have more power than the state? The answer lies in the shadows of the next decade. The Kremlin has officially absorbed the Wagner shadow empire. It is now rebranded as the Africa Corps. This isn't just a name change. It's a state takeover. The Ministry of Defense now signs every check. They trade security for access to gold and lithium. In the Sahel, the Corps is the new law. They provide the muscle that keeps juntas in power. It is a formalized, state-run, resource-for-security swap. The era of the rogue mercenary is over. Now, the state is the primary contractor. But Russia isn't the only one rewriting the rules. In Ukraine, the 2025 peace framework changed everything. U.S.-funded contractors now guard the nation's future. They protect rare earth mines worth billions. This is the Kevlar tripwire strategy. If you hit the mine, you hit the contractors. It forces a diplomatic crisis without a NATO battle. They are building drone-hardened fortifications across the east. These sites are designed to withstand swarm attacks. Security is now a prerequisite for Western investment. The front line is now a corporate asset. While the West builds tripwires, China builds belts. China's security belt is expanding rapidly. Firms like Beijing Dui protect massive infrastructure, but they face a unique dilemma. No guns. So they use non-lethal tech and local proxies. They hire local militias to carry the rifles. This creates a layer of plausible deniability for Beijing. From Pakistan to Myanmar, the model is consistent. Protect the trade, but keep the footprint light. It is a quiet, commercial expansion of global power. But the biggest change isn't who fights, it's how. PMC adoption of AI has surged by 60%. Autonomous drone swarms are the new standard. They provide 24/7 surveillance without human fatigue. One operator can now manage 1,000 soldiers. Private companies now manage entire national borders. Algorithms decide who is a threat in real time. The cost of security has plummeted while efficiency soars. But this efficiency comes with a dark side. Violence is becoming automated and detached. The human element is being phased out. The industry is no longer about men with rifles. It is about data, software, and autonomous systems. By 2026, the market for violence is digital. States are now just subscribers to security platforms. The monopoly on violence is officially a commodity. The world has entered a new era of privatized violence. Who do you sue when a corporation starts a war? The UN Working Group on Mercenaries is currently facing a total legal deadlock. Their 2026 report highlights a massive gap in international accountability. Corporate entities are now formally integrated into state military apparatuses. This hybridization allows states to bypass traditional war crime prosecutions. The technology stack of AI and drones makes attribution nearly impossible. In the global south, a new phenomenon has emerged: the corporate state. In Mali and the Central African Republic, PMCs control vast extra-jurisdictional enclaves. These are zones where corporate tactical power exceeds local government authority. Security is traded for direct access to gold, lithium, and rare minerals. The result is a security for resources model that bypasses national sovereignty. National administrative authority is effectively neutralized by private interests. The Geneva Convention was written for soldiers, not for-profit contractors. Under international law, these combatants are often classified merely as civilians. This creates a legal lacuna where the rules of war don't apply. A soldier takes an oath. A contractor signs an invoice. When profit drives the mission, the protection of non-combatants becomes optional. The very foundation of international humanitarian law is now under threat. By 2026, security has officially transitioned into a subscription-based service. Stability is no longer a public good. It is a premium product. The global market for privatized violence is now an irreversible reality. States are no longer the sole guardians of peace and order. We are entering a future where safety depends on your service-level agreement. The monopoly on violence is dead. Welcome to the era of privatized peace.